me how as soon as I hit record, the old metal van go past blowing neon. It's like my neighbors don't want me to be great. This neighborhood don't want me to be great. I'm sick and tired of it. Take 15.
It's rated X. That means you're extra.
Welcome back to my channel. We're coming at you from a different angle of my room. I've filmed this video for 4 times over 2 days, and if it's not the weather not cooperating because the rain is too loud or the place too gloomy because I use natural light, it's because my energy just wasn't there. So we're coming again, take 4. Hopefully it is the final one. Today, we're going to talk about perfumes, but more specifically, we're going to talk about a perfume company, a local perfume company that I've really been loving, called Eau de Cologne. Eau de Cologne, and this company, it's black owned, and he has essentially been on my radar since 2017, I think. 2017, 2018, around there. I would have bought something from him, and well, I would have bought a decant from him because what he offers is decants of designer fragrances. Let's start with that. He offers decants of designer fragrances and niche fragrances so that you can try for a while before you buy. And this is for most people a month's supply of the fragrance, and it's more than just a little spray on you while you shop around the mall. It's more than just, a spray on a card and you sniff it on a card. You're actually getting an opportunity to try the perfume, try the cologne for an extended period of time, and really and truly make the decision as to whether or not you want to buy a full bottle of it. And these are opportunities that not really afforded to us easily in the Caribbean, because you get charged a hazmat fee if it is you order a sample from those fragrance sites. This fee is not as big, but it's still attached. Versus if this you buy a fragrance from him, you're not bursting the bank as much. And if it is you are not looking to try before you buy, but you just want to test out as many fragrances as your heart is willing to allow, or your nose is willing to allow, and you are not really into the fancy bottle and the name on the dresser, and you just want to smell good. That's my gate. My neighbor's being very aggressive with the gate. You just want to smell good. You can do that, like I've been doing. So, a little bit more about Eau de Cologne. Eau de Cologne, they offer the notebook. They offer 8 ml to 10 ml decants of designer and niche fragrances to help you find your signature scent, or to just help you smell good. It's a local company, and they're both on Instagram and Facebook. I would have found them on Instagram, and they'll deliver. Fragrances range from $80, well, the decants of the fragrances range from $80 to $165 for the more expensive niche scents. And on his page, this is my favorite part. Listen. On his page, he offers a breakdown of each scent. So this same bit of information that I have here on a flyer, hopefully the lighting allows you to see it. If not, I would post it probably over the flyer. the same information that I have here, where there's a breakdown where Paco, Rabon, Olympia made notes of vanilla, jasmine, salt, and green mandarin. Green mandarin. You're getting a breakdown of the fragrance, even if it is you never smelled it before and you're buying online, you're buying from Instagram. The breakdown, you have an idea of how vanilla smells, you have an idea of how jasmine smells, and you might have an idea of how jasmine smells. Salt, before Olympia and before my perfume journey, I had no idea that salt was a scent. I cook with salt all the time, had no idea salt was a scent. And you have an idea how mandarin smells, the freshness of it. So combined, you would have an idea that this is something that may interest me, or this is something that may not interest me. For example, this is the Ariana Grande Cloud Fragrance Breakdown. And you see that note there? That whipped cream note there? That had me scared. But the other notes in it, combined with the social media hype, I was still willing to give it a shot. And whew, we'll talk about that later in the video. So Eau de Cologne is the plug when it comes to try out fragrances, real designer fragrances. This is not no Rasta oil situation. This is genuine stuff, and I can say that for a fact because the very first perfume I would have purchased from Eau de Cologne was Burberry Brit Share, and I would have bought this as well as a male Paco Rabon scent for my then significant other, and I loved it. And I eventually got the Burberry Brit Share, and it smells exactly the same. Like, I had some of it left. I refilled this. I had some of it left when I got the original one, and it smells the same. It smells exactly like it's the same perfume, because it is the same perfume. So what I do is, when it's finished, I refill it, and my Burberry Brit Share, my huge bottle of it, is packed away safely away from light and sun and anything that may cause it to go bad. And I keep this on my dresser and I use it, because I'm trying out a lot of fragrances and I don't really have a huge dressing table. Some people, you may see them have an entire spread of just fragrances. No, my dresser has to share space with hair products, makeup, fragrances, my light up mirror. We don't have space for an entire spread. Skincare products, an entire spread of just fragrance alone. So smaller the better, for now anyway. So it is the genuine fragrance, right? So let's get into my purchases. So this was a old purchase. I'm not really gonna get into that because I would have spoken about it many times before, not on this channel but on like my Instagram stories and stuff like that. I don't really want to talk about it today. I want to talk about my more recent purchases. So I first would have purchased, no, not this. I first would have purchased, no, not this either. Eau de Vanille by Franck, Olivier, and Decadence by Marc. And I would have made my purchases by skimming through his Instagram stories, where in his stories, the highlights I should say, there are breakdowns like these, so you can choose your fragrance. And based on the notes, I chose, well actually I didn't choose Decadence based on the notes. I chose Decadence based on the fact that I've been wanting to try Decadence for forever. But I chose this perfume that I've never heard before, never heard of the house before, never heard of the perfume before, called Eau de Vanille by Franck Olivier. And this is a little bit of a sleeper hit in the sense that you don't hear anyone talking about it, you don't see anyone talking about it. It's a unisex fragrance that has roses, vanilla, caramel, and incense. And that was a bit of a shock to me. And even when I ordered it from him, he messaged me and he's like, this perfume is very strong. I hope you know what you're doing, because this perfume is very strong. And I was like, I like strong, but I really like this. It's very, so originally when I smelled it, I considered it a very HBIC type of fragrance. I'm not going to say what that means, but if you know, you know. And that's what intrigued me about it. I felt like I had to wear particular attire in order to rock it. Like the first time I wear it, if I have the photo, I'll put it there or there, whichever has the side has the space of how I felt I had to dress in order to be worthy of my first bout with Oud Vanille. And after wearing it throughout the day and wearing it a couple times after that, it grew on me to the point that I felt comfortable enough to wear it anytime. It's no longer an HBIC fragrance for me. It's more of a comfort, and I think it could be the caramel and the incense. And I wore it a day when I was not feeling well. The rain is about to come, so I apologize if you lose volume. I wore it a day that I was not feeling well. My tummy was hurting. It was that time of the month, and I just was not feeling my usual self. I had errands to run, I couldn't do them. I showered, lotioned down, and I sprayed this on. And I just cuddled up with my blanket, and I sat down on the couch and I watched TV, and well, Netflix. And this made me feel so comforted. That coupled with the fact that, like I said, I was not feeling well, I had errands to run. And if it is, you know me, or if you're like me, you feel very inconvenienced by being sick. So I did not like the fact that I couldn't operate like my usual self. So I was upset by that as well. And my boyfriend, knowing this, stepped in and he's like, all right, you need to rest. I can't complete all the errands for you because I'm not you, but let's at least get some food out, some food for you and your family. He got the food for me, brought it back, made sure that everybody was taken care of. He helped tidy up the house, and he took care of me. And I mean, that's what your man's supposed to do when it is you're not, yourself. But it just, as a busybody as I am, this perfume evokes that memory of being comforted and taken care of. I think it's a caramel. I think it's the strength of the incense, and it brings that masculine tone. It brings a very alpha tone to it, and that's why it makes me feel cozy. So that is a sleeper hit for me, and I say sleeper hit too because nobody talking about this perfume. It is an amazing fragrance. Enough on this. The next fragrance I have here is the Marc Jacob Decadence. This gives me, I want to say rich auntie vibes, but she ain't nobody auntie. This fragrance ain't nobody auntie. Okay, she just rich. She just rich, and both in financial and wealth, as well as the fragrance itself, the composition is very rich. That's the only, I would put the Eau de Cologne breakdown here. This fragrance is very rich. I think like there's plum in there, there's vetiver in there, and I love me some plum. to like one of my favorite perfumes, which is the Carolina Herrera that has plum in it. It's very juicy, and absolutely love this fragrance. If I have to talk about my top 10 fragrances for life, this would definitely be in my top 10. So I would have bought those 2 fragrances, try them out, wore them for a bit, and I'm personally on the hunt to find my signature scent, like the scent that when I retire from this perfume game, this is all I'm buying. And that's where eau de cologne is perfect for someone like me, because I don't want to bust the bank. And one of these perfumes I've been wanting to try, simply because, well, partly because of the hype around it. It is touted as smelling very similar to another expensive perfume, and well, it's touted as smelling similar to an expensive perfume, like a really expensive perfume, and that perfume is the Baccarat Rouge 540. That perfume went between $500 to like $800 US. So we don't have that kind of money to spend, probably like ever. Well, never say never. But even if I had that kind of money, you're not. No, it's not. No. So that being said, the perfume that people say smells a lot like it, and I've been wanting to try, is Ariana Grande's Cloud. And that's another thing I love about eau de cologne, is that they try to match the decants similar to the bottle, or at least to the vibe of the perfume. So like Decadence, it's very rich, it's very decadent, so put it in a gold decant. Cloud is in a blue bottle, so you put it in a blue decant. So I appreciate that. Now, the first couple times I recorded this video, I hadn't worn it extensively yet, and after I had worn it, I wore it and then I put my clothes to wash, and I literally just took it out of the dryer last night, and I was hanging them up on their hangers, and I was still getting the scent of this Ariana Grande Cloud. So for celebrity fragrance, it to be lasting past a laundry wash, good stuff. Ariana Grande Cloud I would describe as being very youthful. So there's nothing vintage, there's nothing old about it, there's nothing old Hollywood about it. It's very youthful, but instead of the usual fruity floral like you push on young women as a female fragrance, this is a very sophisticated young woman. Like, this is a young woman who, she keeps to herself. She's very quiet but not shy, and there's a difference. She's very quiet, she's very well spoken and not shy. She's like, to me, this actually reminds me of the idea I have in my head of a friend of mine's daughter. Like, in just hearing this friend talk about their daughter and their perspective of their daughter, this type of fragrance I would see her wearing, and I won't even suggest that she buys it, simply because I also don't see that daughter wearing a celebrity fragrance. First of all, and she may snub her nose at it. But this fragrance is the quiet artist who doesn't speak to everyone, because she doesn't really need to engage herself in unnecessary conversation, but she's still noted and respected by a lot of people, because of her work, just because of her demeanor. This is a sophisticated young woman to me, and I'm probably getting the youth because of the whipped cream, but I'm getting the quiet sophistication maybe because of the lavender or the coconut. But I adore this scent. I adore it. It's not signature scent worthy for me, but I might get a full bottle. I don't know. I might just get a small bottle or another decant of it, but this is something that it requires attention. It requires a repeat wear. As to whether or not it smells like the Baccarat Rouge 540, I don't know. That's what they sell on the internet. I don't know. I'm probably never going to know because that perfume is expensive. This, however, is not that bad. The decant of it, I think I paid $85 for the decant, $85 TT for the decant, and the bottle from Eau de Cologne, I think, is like $600. I could be wrong. $500 or $600 TT. I could be wrong. There are other companies selling it locally. One company I asked them the price. She told me for something one time, and then when I was about to order, she told me 7 something. So there's a jump there. She blaming customs, but I don't believe her. So I think it's more the hype that she raised the price than customs. Love this scent. Love, love, love. So final on my list is Olympia by Paco Rabon. This perfume is very familiar to me, which is strange because the YouTube reviewers who would have spoken about this perfume, they spoke about it because it doesn't smell like the regular Paco Rabon scents. It smells unique or different in some way, and I think the longevity is definitely there. But this smells very familiar to me and my experience. It reminds me of like the successful late 30s, early 40s woman who in the office she's liked well enough, she does her job, and hardworking, successful. She wears Olympia. She gives me successful auntie vibes. Not necessarily rich auntie, but successful auntie vibes. She comfortable. She just go all inclusive auntie. She is, successful enough to lead a decent life. This is the smell I'm getting from the Paco Rabon Olympia. This reminds me of my actual aunt, my Auntie Ingrid, where when I was younger, she traveled a lot, and she came down from foreign, and I remember she brought gifts for everyone, and I would have gotten like an Avon set with like, that old school tub or the body butter, and came with a body wash and a perfume. I can't even remember what fragrance that she gave to me. I do remember my mom saying it smelled too mature for my age of like maybe 10, 11. So she took it and put it away until I was older, and I got it when I was older. But this perfume evokes that memory for me of my aunt at that time. It's successful late 30s woman. She leads the life that she wants, the life that she deserves. She's go all inclusive fat and things. She probably went to prestige school. That's what I'm getting from Olympia with regards to the Caribbean experience, the Trini experience. And I would have picked it up mainly because of that salt note. It's like, who knew salt is a note as a note? And I don't know, green mandarin, salt and vanilla, that sounds like a drink. Like all it's missing is some rum. It intrigued me as a composition when I saw it, and then when I smelled it I was like, yeah, I understand it. I won't necessarily go after it. It's not me. Like, I don't see myself buying a full bottle other than the fact that the bottle is cheap. But it's not me, but it will get worn. I intend to wear it probably for a wedding I'm supposed to attend, and hopefully the bride is not wearing the same perfume. So what I'm probably gonna have to do is buy the bride a perfume. So that's it for my review of the 4 perfumes that I would have gotten from Eau de Cologne. And of course, Eau de Cologne, I mean, they're the plug. They are the perfume store, online store to me, that you check out in the event that you want to just try a scent. And that's what I love about them. And this is not sponsored. Only see how much followers I have, you really think I get sponsored videos, but it's not a sponsored video in any way, shape or form. But it's just me showing appreciation for what this company is doing, and the fact that I can shop to my heart's content and buy fragrances in decants, not have to deal with customs and all those duties, and just purchase a small decant of a fragrance and wear it for a few months and then figure whether or not that's something that I want to try. And no other company locally in Trinidad is doing that. At least I'm not one I've found, where you can get the decant at an affordable price, because there's another company that's giving you the decant, but their decant is $300, and for $300 I can very well just buy a perfume and done. Like one of the perfumes I want to get myself, the Ariana Rebel Fleur. Ariana Rebel Fleur is $350. So $350 for the 100 ml Rebel Fleur, or a decant for $300. That doesn't make sense. While 8 ml, 10 ml decant for $85 to $100. That makes sense to me. And I can try out the perfume, wear it for a month, or if you're like me, wear it for like 6 months, because they're rotating about 6, 7, 10 perfumes for the month. And when I've fallen in love with it, buy the full bottle. If I have not fallen in love with it, it stays a decant, and we use the decant for something else. So, and I also appreciate the fact that they offer the scent breakdowns of the more potent scents, and I don't have to go on their page. It's like, okay, they have this, and then go on Fragrantica and see, okay, well, you know, I don't have to go that back and forth. There's less of a hindrance to buy for me. Everything is a one-stop shop, you know, as I see it. Send it to him, to the store owner. It's like, I want to get this, I want to get that, I'm available on this date, can we organize delivery? And you get your stuff, and he will tell you when he's available to deliver. I mean, I could appreciate that as a fellow business person. He is, you know, really offering something awesome for perfume lovers like myself. And I had to do this video to show appreciation for that, and I let you guys know that this is where I'm getting a lot of my scents, and I will be getting a lot of my scents for a bit until I commit to full bottles. So yeah, that's it. Show your support to a small business. They're really doing it. And tell me what perfume that you were hedging to get because of the price, or because, you know, you probably saw it affordably priced online, and then, you know, that customs menopausal, so you decided not to. but you're probably going to get it now from Eau de Cologne. Let me know. And have you ever heard about them before? And are you going to give them your support now? Or is there anyone else doing what they do? From what I've seen, no, not in Trinidad. Not in Trinidad and Tobago. So that's it for today's video. It's a little piecemeal because I recorded this section before and my neighbors were being disrespectful. So we had to do it over again. And that's it. I'm gonna drink my coffee now and enjoy the rest of my Sunday. Bye bye.